That's when the curtain falls. Risk it all, hold nothing back. Seize the day, we must attack. Stars are rising, countless worlds colliding. Only one will take it all. Can we bring to fall the giants? Can we make the final call? We are the ones to ignite the darkened skies. The champions of the world that we defy. A solar ray of the few who rise up high. And we all fight at the last Can we bring to fall the giants? 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 We are the ones to ignite the darkened skies. The champions of the world that we defy. A solar ray of the few who rise up high. And we all fight at the
Hello everyone, Dom here. Excuse me. Back with my regular weekly news recap stream. How are you all doing? Little bit later than usual today. I'm 25 minutes late. I have no excuses. But I'm here now. I did a midweek stream a few days ago this week, which is a bit different for me. I probably won't do that every single week, but I like to keep the stream times up. It's good practice for me. It's especially good if there's a lot of news in the week, over the period of a week. Then I can split it up into two streams instead of trying to cram everything into one stream like I'm doing now. So yes, just gonna have a chat about some of the LEC matches. To be honest, it's not been a super busy week this week. There's not been a ton of news out there. So yeah, I'm going to talk through like some of the LEC matches I've seen so far, some of the UK news, Esports, a few announcements and bits and pieces. The Dota 2 major has been cancelled. A lot of people have been unhappy about that. And the Six Invitational was moved to Sweden as well. So not a ton of UK news this week, but I will chat about a few random bits and pieces. Okay. And first of all, I know there's not many people in the chat, but I'll do this for the sake of me porting this video over to YouTube. We've got some emotes coming. So we have a bunch of emotes that have been approved, which is good. And then we have let's have a look here. Yeah, let's put these. If I put these pictures in here, there you go. You might be able to see that one there. So that's one that's been approved. That's just a Sacco emoji. So that's people who subscribe to the stream will get access to that one. Shout out to another Dom, a better Dom, who designed that for the British Esports Association a while ago. And yeah, I do like that. And then I'm having these done. These are just in progress at the moment. So I've got like a Sacco potato emoji, a news leak, a news scoop, and a news bomb as well. Shout out to M, who's designing those. So hopefully I'll have those done at some point, and we'll add them as well for you to be able to use. So yeah, happy about those. It's good to be streaming. Reach, thank you for following. I think you just retweeted me, didn't you? Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. Let's have a double check. Oh no, sorry, no, I'm wrong. It was Blaney from Into the Breach who retweeted me earlier, so I appreciate that. And the way it is that if I thank you for retweeting me. We've got a few people now on the stream. I was just saying hi, and we've got some emotes available now. So these are emotes that are being designed right now. Sacco Potatoes, News Leak, News Scoop, News Bomb, all bad puns from me, but I like those, and then those who've subscribed have got access to a few of our emotes as well, which is cool. It's nice to be streaming. It's nice to be doing these new streams. I enjoy doing them. I enjoy chatting to you and everything like that. Megalodon Shark Person, thank you for joining. I'm your mod and I still don't get your emotes. Well, you should do, shouldn't you? I don't know how it works. Do you need to... do you get the emotes as a mod? I think you can unlock emotes, Mega. I think you can unlock them using channel points, I think. I'm pretty new to this stuff, to be honest, but see how you get on. I guess this is what it's like to be paid in exposure. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Oh, emotes, schmemotes. I'll have to see, can I do that? Is there anyone that knows how to do, that knows about streaming a lot more than I do? Can I just grant mods or grant individual people emotes? Is that possible? I don't know. I don't actually know. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We've had a few people retweeting. Jamie Walker, thank you for retweeting. Epic Land Community Manager. Yes, I appreciate it. And thanks for following, Jamie. I appreciate it. We often have John in here, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I do appreciate that. So I'm going to start off. I'll jump into the LEC matches because it's been a while, right? Now I spoke about the NLC matches earlier in the week, so I won't talk about that too much because I've kind of covered it off. But the LEC matches, I want to have a chat about those because Team Vitality, this so-called super team, have gone 0-2 so far. Now, granted, they've been up against some tough opposition. Mad Lions, I don't know, I feel like people have sort of discounted Mad Lions a little bit. No one's really been talking about them being like a strong team this split, but they are the current champions. They've won 2 back-to-back LEC titles. Yes, they've gone and changed their team and so on, but they still look strong to me. A bit of a weird game against SK today, so they're 1-for-1 at the moment, Mad Lions, but they looked the dominant team against Vitality. That's the point I was making. The SK one was probably a bit of a freak game that went on really long, right? 50 minutes plus. I think it was, Medic said, the longest match since 2018 in the LEC. So that was a bit of a crazy one. Oh, you can unlock it with channel points, Mega. Yeah, just do that then. Do that. I'm not sure if I can unlock it for you or not. I'm not sure how I can do that. What did you think of the LEC matches, Mega? Have you watched them past couple of days? XL off to a bad start, 0-2. I don't know. I'm not super convinced by XL and BDS. I was happy to see them get a win. It was weird, XL versus BDS, because I want XL to do well because they're a UK team. Part of me is sad that Kieran has left the organisation now, or been booted out, or whatever actually happened internally. And part of me wanted BDS to do well because they have a UK player, Matty, in the bot lane, and he did pretty well. Actually, no, he didn't do that well in this match, did he? He died like 4 times, I think, but they managed to pick the win up. Unless I'm thinking of yesterday's game against Fnatic, and I'm getting confused there. I have watched all these games, actually, but they're all blurring all over the place. But yeah, G2 and Fnatic and Rogue are the teams that have gone straight to the top with 2 wins each, which is unsurprising, to be honest. Although actually Fnatic have surprised me how well they've been playing. People are saying they're more a super team than Vitality, so well done to them. And then tomorrow we have got BDS versus Misfits. How have Misfits been doing? 1-for-1. I'm going to go BDS. I don't know. I've got a feeling about BDS tomorrow. XL Vitality. I think Vitality will pick up their first win against XL. Rogue, I think, will beat Astralis. Fnatic, I think, will beat SK. And Mad versus G2. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. I don't know. I'll go Mad if I had to choose, but I could be wrong there. But I'm going to go for Mad. A lot of interviews today too. Yeah, great. Have you done interviews then, Mega? That's good. I haven't really spoken to you, have I, much about doing interviews for Esports News UK. I think I'll probably do an interview maybe tomorrow. If BDS win against Misfits and X-Matty has a good game, I'd like to chat to X-Matty and do a little news story. You know, it doesn't have to be a long interview. I've recently interviewed Vat Alfari, so I won't interview him again. But those UK angles are always good for us, aren't they? So that's LEC, and I mean, let's have a look at the League of Legends subreddit here. I don't think you can see that that well on the far right, but Wonders outplay.
He just hit 6. Cass is going to be big. How he uses it will decide a lot. Locked up, potentially going to get taken down. Body slam goes in. Cass goes in, knocking back Selfmade. Wonder buys a bit more time. Can wait, can get a little bit more damage. And the flash over! Oh my god, the footwork! Oh! Are they going to get him? No! Wonder! You absolute mad lad! You god amongst men! We have just witnessed a man ascend to a higher level of existence.
So yeah, that was cool, wasn't it? I was wanting Vitality to get him properly there because obviously Alfari is a UK top lane. I want Alfari to do well. I've seen him come from the UK scene, but Wonder played that very well. I've got to say with Vitality, if you look at the scoreline at the end of that game, I think Alfari's Selfmade and Perks were pretty good. They were like 5 kills, 2 deaths, 4-5 assists, but their bot lane, I have not been impressed. Kazi and Labrov were like 2 levels behind, Upset and Hylissang from large parts of the game. They didn't really have much of an impact. Kazi missed an ult with Jinx that could have changed the team fight that went Fnatic's way in the mid to late game. They just didn't look very good. They just looked weak the whole game. Labrov was going in at the wrong times and getting killed. I've not been convinced by Vitality's bot lane. They look like a bit of a weak link at the moment. I'm not saying they're not great players. Kazi had done very well with Mad Lions over the past year or so, but the synergy isn't there for me yet. What do you guys think? Mega said, yeah, remember to post your requests in the Discord for interviews. Yeah, I will. We'll be around as usual if you have any questions tomorrow. Thank you, Mega. I appreciate all your help. So, yeah, LEC is all on my mind at the moment. It's been good to watch the games, and I look forward to seeing what happens tomorrow. And, yeah. So I'll crack on then. I don't think this stream's going to be a super long stream this week, to be honest, guys. I started it a bit late, and there's fewer of you in the chat, and also there's less news as well. But let's crack on. ProView is being taken away by Riot Games. Now, to be honest, I haven't used this. I haven't paid for this. I think it's a paid service, right, where you can see the plays of a particular player, and I think you can hear their comms live. I'm not fully sure, to be honest. I don't think Riot has pushed this that well. I don't see this on socials. I don't think they've pushed it that well. It's like they've given up on it, and so they're going to be retiring ProView starting February 1st. All ProView payments or subscription purchases made after December 31st, 2021 will be refunded. Riot said, while we saw interest in the point of view feeds, we did not see a strong interest in ProView as a standalone subscription service. We'll continue to explore the best ways to deliver content and feeds to our fans going forward, but for now we will be sunsetting the existing product. We want to thank our fans and players for their understanding and continued support for League of Legends Esports. So yeah, I don't know if anyone, Mega, what you think about that, if you're still in the chat. I know it's I know it's late for everyone here, but yeah, it'd be interesting to hear your views on that. X7, past few days, today they've been having a boot camp at the University of Roehampton. I couldn't make it, sadly. I'm at the tail end of COVID. My sore throat is gone now. I think, fingers crossed, it may be starting to go now. Today I've felt better, but I had a negative test yesterday, and you know, when you first isolate, you need to get 2 negative tests in a row, right, before you can go out again. So I couldn't go today, but Will Busfield has attended for us. cheers to Will. He's interviewed some of the players, Kassing, some of the staff. So we're going to get some stuff up on Esports News UK soon of this really exciting UK League of Legends team from the Isle of Man with 2 Korean import players. Haru has been on a World Championship winning side. So very excited, yeah. And you can see they had a whole. They were doing signings, signing jerseys, mouse mats, and all that stuff. And then they were also playing matches against fans as well, and doing ARAMs and stuff like that. So seems like it was pretty fun. We had let's go on the Esports News UK Twitter, because we had a video here that Will sent me and I posted live. Here we go. We're at the X7 bootcamp today, interviewing staff and players. So let's have a look what it was like. So yeah, it looks like a bit of a communal thing going on. Like, I like to see stuff like this. There isn't enough of this in UK League of Legends, regardless of COVID. Before COVID, there wasn't enough. I think there was a cool thing that XO Esports did at Twickenham Stadium early 2020, just before COVID hit, which was really good. That was the XL NeoSurf Cup, where they had, I think, Misfits and a couple of other teams, and did some like show matches, right? And it was a little in-house tournament. Like, that was great. There was quite a few people there as well. There was probably about 200 people or so. I really enjoyed that. Did an interview with Frankie Ward there. So I'd like to see more of that stuff in the future in UK League. We need more of this communal stuff and meetups and bits and pieces. Into the Breach, if you're still there, Jamie, congrats. It's been good to see the rise of Into the Breach, another UK org in Dota 2 and now Valorant. So I did a story the other day, probably about a week ago now, right? Oh, I didn't put when the original was. It was about like Jan 6th or 7th. It was like this time last week, about Into the Breach moving into Valorant, signing, bringing across 10 Stars Academy roster known as Titan, and you can see the roster there on screen. And also they've signed their CSGO players to a 1-year contract extension, and also they've signed their Rocket League Siege team onto longer term contracts as well. And they've also announced a series of £500 tournaments for grassroots and upcoming UK teams. They have CSGO tournaments and Siege tournaments as well. But then the other day, I was a bit confused by this news. I had to figure out what had happened. So Into the Breach have reached the ESL Challenger League, which was formerly known as ESEA Premier. Bit of a tongue twister for me there. Now, Into the Breach previously were trying to make it into ESEA Premier or ESL Challenger League, whatever you want to call it, in Counter-Strike, and didn't manage to do it. They almost did it, but they didn't manage to do it. And then I saw on my Twitter feed the other day that they'd made it through. So I was like, what's going on here? So I reached out to Into the Breach's founder, Sam Cook, who told me that there was a placement for a downgrade from the ESL Pro League, but no team actually came down. So I don't know the full ins and outs of the Pro League or what's happened there, or if something's changed, but no team came down, so there wasn't a demotion, so a slot opened up. A slot has opened up, basically, and because Into the Breach finished third in the closed qualifiers, they were given a slot. So great to see a UK team other than Endpoint. I love the guys at Endpoint, but good to see another UK team progressing up out of the UK scene, representing the UK scene and going on the bigger European stage. So ESL Challenger League, or ESEA Premier, whatever you want to call it, season 40 next season. Into the Breach will be in there. So good luck, boys. That's good to see. Another UK team. Endpoint, of course, I think have played in ESEA before. Endpoint being like one of the top UK CSGO orgs out there. And Endpoint also last year got into the ESL Pro League, which was great. Unfortunately, it fell out again. But it was good to see them in there for a bit and picking up. I think they beat Fnatic at some point, which was really good. So good luck to Into the Breach. Yeah, and you can see the teams they're going to be up against. So this is starting on... Okay, and it's starting this week, right? On the 18th of Jan, shout out to Liquidpedia, loads of good work they do with their tournaments and their listings and stuff. Into the Breach are going to be up against teams like Movistar Riders, Copenhagen Flames, Gamer Legion, Blink, Sprout. Not loads of teams I've heard of, to be honest. Grassroots or semi-pro orgs coming up. Movistar obviously are probably one of the bigger ones in there, but I can't see any UK players. Okay, there's a coach for Team Gamer Legion, Ash, a UK coach. There is obviously Into the Breach have 4 UK players: Adam 9130, Dobbo, Isk, and Cypher. And Tabo. It's an all UK roster. Yes, that's what Sam said to me. Sam said to me he believes it's the first time an all UK roster have made it in. So that's fantastic, isn't it, to see an all-UK roster. Good luck to the guys. And, of course, they have a coach, Juve, from Portugal in there as well. So good luck Into the Breach. Other stuff, Chemtech Drake could be removed from League of Legends. That's not esports stuff, but I did find it funny that in the NLC, when they were asked on stream, the X7 boys, whether they should pick or ban the Chemtech Drake, this new Drake that's been added to the 2022 League of Legends season, they all unanimously said ban. I think Kasing, with a big grin on his face there, is just being a bit contrary, trying not to be completely negative, putting half a pick and half a ban in. But that was an excuse for me to share that video in this article about this negative response that League of Legends players have had to this new Chemtech Drake. Hextech Drake, not so bad. I think it's a cool addition to the game. That gives you ability haste, I think it is, and a few other bits. Where have I put it here? Yeah, ability haste and attack speed buff. But the Chemtech Drake, pain in the neck, launches Chemfog gas zones around the map, which give you sort of stealth, and it's just a pain in the neck. It's not good for me, an Evelyn player who's, as an invisible champion coming up against other invisible champions. Like, it's just a pain in the neck. And the soul, the Chemtech Drake soul buff is really overpowered. It gives people a zombie-like res and allows them to carry on attacking for 5-6 seconds before they die again, which is a pain in the neck. If you've got someone like an Anivia or a Scion, someone who's going to come back, or someone with a Guardian Angel, and they're going to come back anyway, you've got to kill them 3 times or so before they actually die. So that's interesting. Riot have said that they may remove that from the game or change it. They're going to do a survey with players, and they said that's going to take. I think they said it will be a bit before we get results. So we'll have to wait a bit before we get that. Blast Premier, of course, Blast have a big UK office. They have a UK team. They announced their dates, formats, and prize pool for Blast Premier 2022. And it's a combined prize money of just under $2.5 million, and that's going to be taking place throughout the whole year. Right, there's multiple series of tournaments. There you go. You've got spring groups starting end of this month. And then you've got the fall, you've got the World Final end of the year, and so on. So again, some more CSGO news I'm covering there for anyone who's interested. I don't think they have a UK org, do we, in this Blast Premier, unfortunately. It's all European, it's all a mix of teams. No, sorry, it's not all European. What am I talking about? No, I think they have different regions, don't they, Blast? To be honest, I don't follow it super closely. So, if you're going to have a world final, you're going to have multiple sort of regions, aren't you? I think so, anyway. Unless you, there we go. Showdowns will be split into 2 regions. There we go. Europe and North America, rest of the world. Anyone would have thought I didn't write this article. I did, but it was based on a press release. So that's my excuse. XL Esports have announced their partnership with JD Sports. We all knew it was happening. We knew this was happening from earlier in the week in the NLC, where Will Gleedy from Lucent Esports and tweeted about it pretty quickly. Like, JDXL? What's going on here? I thought they were BTXL. So people are saying, why haven't they announced it? Well, I learned a little bit about that. When things you have a press release, sometimes sign-off can take a while, especially when you've got 2 companies. XL have become more corporate in recent years. I think that's fair to say. And JD Sports are a massive company in the UK, right? Sports retailer. They'll have sign-off processes, PR processes, all that stuff. It takes a while to get the official announcement out there. But because the NLC season started, they had the shirt and all that ready. I mean, I could have done an article, but I decided not to, because my article would have just been, EXO have partnered with JD Sports. I don't know anything else about this announcement other than they're in the NLC. So I waited to get some initial quotes, the official announcement. The JD logo is going to be featured across all of Excel's rosters, including FIFA, Valorant, Fortnite. So it's going to be on the front and centre of their jersey, replacing the BT logo. Now, as I understand it, the BT deal hasn't ended, so there may be more announcements in the future. Who knows? But the BT logo has been removed from the EXO website, and they've kept the EE logo there. EE is a part of BT Group, apparently, right? So that might be, as I understand that they've still got to deal with BT. It's through the EE side of things. So, but the BT logo's been removed from the website. To be honest, it makes sense. BT is a bit more archaic, bit older, isn't it? EE is more of a hip new, the phone brand and all that. Whereas BT is seen as a bit of an old, I think, bit of an old brand. So that's Excel. This is quite a bit of a sad story, but also the fact that the Rainbow Six community have rallied around this player has been nice to see their support of him. UK Rainbow Six Siege player Astro has decided to stop playing, or at least take a break from competitive play following a cancer diagnosis. So, that's sad to hear. He said, "I haven't really processed this news fully since I received it, but as the Siege community is a part of my life, I thought I'd share it with all of you. 2 weeks ago, I had a biopsy done on my neck, in which it came back positive for lymphoma, a type of cancer. I'm speechless. I don't have much to say, otherwise it was a big shock." He basically says, "I think I'll stop Siege competitively for a while to focus on my treatments and to get better. I'm all good now as it's fresh and only minor few symptoms now and then, but I think it's best. I'll update you guys on my situation and hopefully everything goes to plan." So it sounds like he's caught it early. So fingers crossed, Astro, you can all recover and make a speedy recovery, and I wish you well. But there were a few people on Twitter that, in fact, we'll open this thread, because it had a lot of people from UK scene. Geo UK Caster saying that's awful. Hopefully treatment or an operation can fix it. Good luck. A bunch of people, saying get well soon and so on. Kendrew, stay strong, bro. You got this. Leon Giddens, UK Pro, take care of yourself and stay strong. Chris Sword, UK Organa, wishing you a speedy recovery. Reese, from Vipero, of course. And it's nice to see I like the Siege community. I do like the Siege community. They have a strong bond. They're sort of there for each other. Yes, they have banter with each other with the win and lose matches and so on, but they for things like this, they rally round pretty well, I find, anyway. So good luck to Astro. This is a bit of a weird story. This Mac from Mad Lions has begun selling his trademark ties, which are made in the UK. So, there's a bit of a double whammy UK angle there. He's British. He's the head coach, of course, for Mad Lions in the LEC. And earlier this year at MSI, at the Mid-Season Invitational, he exchanged his tie with a few... I think he exchanged his tie with Kakoma from Damwon Gaming Kia. But and then at Worlds, he exchanged his ties with other coaches as well, right? So it's become a bit of a thing. And he said, "I've had interest, right? After Worlds, I had a lot of people ask me if the Mac ties were going to be made available for purchase to the public. After a long wait and more than a little help from my friends, here they are. I hope you like them." So he said, "The response has been wonderful. I've made more than a few friends along the way. The ties are made in the UK and feature guardian lions, also known as stone lions or shishi, who serve as protectors against harm according to Chinese mythology." So that's pretty cool. "I love the symbol not only as a homage to my team, Mad Lions, but also as an acknowledgement of my Chinese heritage, my grandmother on my father's side who came from Macau. Since then, a number of people have asked me if I could make them available for purchase to the general public, and so here they are. I hope you like them and they bring you good fortune and prosperity as they have done for me. So yeah, maybe I'll have to. I like ties. I don't really wear ties much these days, but I do like my ties. So I might have to get a Mad Lions tie for an upcoming wedding or something like that. Who knows? But I thought that was pretty cool. You might think, why have you written an article on that, Dom? But I like it. It's pretty quirky, a bit different. It's fun, isn't it? Esports is fun at the end of the day, and I like how Mac has exchanged ties with other coaches. It's quite a nice little gesture. These gifts they exchange. It's just a decent thing to do. I wrote this up literally about an hour ago. Collegiate Rocket League is expanding to Europe. This press release was sent a couple of days ago, but I didn't want to write it straight away because I asked Psyonix, how is this going to affect existing collegiate leagues in the UK, like the NUL, NSC, British Esports Student Champs, which is a school college level. NUL and NSC is uni level, of course. And because I was thinking, are they going to stop them now? Are Psyonix going to do their own collegiate stuff in Europe, in UK or wherever and close them down? And they said, I got a quote sent to me from Corey Lanier, Psyonix's esports manager of product. He said, we're still working out the final details of our partners in Europe, but our intention is to work with everyone closely. We're aware of many of the existing leagues and are working on an invite system to our qualifier that will grant EU teams their ticket to the Collegiate Rocket League World Championship. We look at the European expansion as an opportunity to expand the league and operate alongside existing regional university leagues without disrupting their operations. Our hope is that kicking this off this year will help ignite more competitions and grassroots efforts in Europe around university leagues that will help guide us on the eventual creation of a global collegiate Rocket League circuit. So that's great that that's, NUL, NSC, British Esports can carry on doing their collegiate Rocket League stuff in the UK and their operations won't be disrupted, but they will have the opportunity to go higher, right? And how great would that be, right? To see a school team or uni team or whatever progress to the World Championship. That would be amazing, wouldn't it, from the UK? And I know we have some good Rocket League talent in the UK, right? Endpoint, Semper Fortis. We've got a nice mix of UK players on a bunch of teams. And at the collegiate level, I'd say, as someone who's worked for the British Esports Association, I'd say Rocket League's probably the strongest, more competitive league out of the others, out of like Overwatch, League of Legends, Valorant now that British Esports does. I would say Rocket League had the most competitive standard. So I'm excited for the future of grassroots Rocket League. Rocket League is establishing itself as a top tier esport, has done over the past few years. They've got good viewer numbers. The games can be exciting to watch. We've got good UK talent in it, so I'm looking forward to that. And the spring season is expanding to include Europe, the Collegiate Rocket League for the and the first ever Collegiate Rocket League World Championship will take place this summer in June. And there's prize pools as well, right? For North America, 32 teams will battle it out in a round-robin league play this season for a share of $100,000 in Scholastic Awards. Now, I don't know what that means exactly, Scholastic Awards. It might be that, okay, the top team wins, whatever, $15,000, $20,000 for their room or get new computers, new gaming PCs in their esports facility. Who knows? But regardless, it's still good wherever that money goes. It's great, isn't it? It must be cool to win something for your school or college or uni, and you've earned new equipment or a new room, or maybe you've taken some of the prize money yourself as well. So that's that. This is not a nice story, so content warning here, assault, sexual assault, other stuff, accusations. I'll make it clear these are accusations at this stage. Not there's no guilty. He hasn't been found guilty or so on yet. And as I understand it, this case has gone to police at the moment. So I understand Police Scotland are carrying out an investigation regarding this. But Scottish Valorant player Xander Fraser, aka Avexic, has been let go from his esports organisation Scalp, a Scottish organisation, after being accused of sexual assault and grooming minors. The 18-year-old was in-game leader for Scalp, who published a statement on the matter saying, Avexic no longer represents Scalp in any capacity. We stand for being an open, welcoming and safe organisation and will continue to do that moving forward. For anyone impacted by similar situation. They've got a bunch of links there to different service providers and or charities and helplines, and they've said we won't be commenting on the situation further while we investigate it from a legal perspective. So I won't go into the details of the Twitlonger. The Twitlonger's on there if you want to read into it. It's on the Esports News UK website. It's on Twitter. All this info in my article is publicly available on social media and so on. So that's going to be left with police now, and we'll have to wait and see what happens. The case that does spring to mind for me, having written this article and reporting on the news and read up on it, it reminds me a little bit of this one. A UK Rainbow Six Siege coach, Gig, or Ellis Hindle, was cleared of assault following a police investigation last year. So that's news first broke in June. That Gig was bailed until July as the police investigated. They found that he was cleared of assault. There were no charges filed. And it just shows you, doesn't it? You know, we see nowadays, accusations come from people on social media. We've had a few cases over the past few years where people have been accused and they've been found not guilty, or the cases have been dropped by the police after finding no wrongdoing or no charges filed. So, of course, we have seen accusations that have ended up being true and the person's been arrested or whatnot, but we've also seen cases like this as well. So I don't know the ins and outs of the Avexic thing. We'll have to wait and see what happens if it's with the police now. But the accusations are there. So a few other bits and pieces here. This is non-UK news now. I'm moving on to because if you're thinking why is there less UK news, Dom, like I say, it's because I did a stream on Wednesday. So if you want to watch and hear about my thoughts on the NLC, League of Legends and other UK news, going back, it's on the YouTube channel, it's on the Twitch. You can go back and watch that VOD if you want to. Galaxy Race are investing $10 million into Malaysia's esports ecosystem. I thought this was an interesting one. Malaysia isn't a region that is strongly associated with esports, but this is great, isn't it? To see some investment coming in here. Galaxy Racer, of course, are quite a big esports org these days, and they've done a bunch of initiatives and tournaments over the past year in the likes of the Middle East and so on. So yeah, this is a pretty cool thing. $10 million, and it's going to be invested over the next 5 years, and they have plans to organise more esports events and tournaments to facilitate and boost the country's esports ecosystem. That sounds very positive, doesn't it? And Galaxy Racer will be launching their Asia Pacific headquarters in Malaysia in 2022, and is looking to position Malaysia as its digital hub in the region. They'll focus on 6 business verticals: content, esports teams, content creators, esports and gaming events, merchandising, music label, and an upcoming world-class visual effects animation studio. That's pretty cool, to make content and stuff like that. Music label, another esports org having a music label that they're launching. And that news, of course, comes after about a week after G2 announced they were doing their own record label. I've got it here somewhere because I remember writing it. Here we go. G2 got their first metal track titled Our Way, featuring a bunch of well-known or decent musicians in there, as well as Ocelot, Carlos, the founder of G2 himself, featuring on the track singing, and they're saying they're doing their own record label, which is pretty interesting. You know, we're getting more and more music, aren't we? We have music videos in the LEC, we have music and songs to launch League of Legends seasons and stuff like that. Esports is really we're crossing over now, aren't we, into entertainment. We've had Arcane, we've had the Dota Netflix show as well. Now we're getting all these music videos, and esports orgs are starting to do their own music videos. Ties into their values, right? It's pretty cool. It's like in a way, you think of football, right? You get football songs, you've got football chants, part of the culture of a team. Why not esports as well? Songs as well as chants and stuff. Now, a lot of Dota 2 fans have been upset over the past week. Valve issued an apology to teams and fans after the Valve the Dota 2 major, winter major, had been cancelled. So Valve said, "We hear your disappointment." Let's open this tweet actually. "We hear your disappointment regarding the cancellation of the first major. We made this decision based on a number of factors, some related to Omicron COVID, some related to travel issues for competitors during Omicron, and some related to the willingness for tournament organisers to run the event. We should have done a better job of keeping you all in the loop about the risks to the event, and we also should have been more willing to take a different approach earlier to find a way to conclude the first season. We apologise for this. We're working on a plan to see if we can get everyone together in one location and play out the tournament on a LAN. Obviously, this event will have a number of constraints placed on it given the current state of the world. We'll update you all as we have something more concrete in place." So they've kind of gone back on what they initially said, that that it'd been outright cancelled. Because from this statement, it sounds like it's not been cancelled now. "We're working on a plan to see if we can get everyone together in one location and play out the tournament on a local area network." So, you know, they've sort of went back on it because the people, the community was very upset from this. Let's see if I can find an initial link to the cancellation. One second. Yeah, because they initially said on Jan 12th that it had been actually specifically cancelled, right, because of COVID concerns. Yeah, and it's traditionally been played in March. Yeah, so they've said cancelled, right? And then they're going back saying we're going to try and play it on the LAN. So, not great sort of communication or organisation really from Valve, but I hope they can do something that is safe for everyone. Even if they can do it online, can't we just do it online somehow? I mean, the LEC hasn't had teams playing in the studio, has it, this weekend? So why can't we do an on-LAN one, or a finals without a live audience at least? So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. I mean, they hosted the Dota 2 International last year, right? So hopefully they can do that for this one as well. PUBG. Parent company Krafton are suing Apple, Google and Garena over alleged copyright infringement in Free Fire. Right, they're basically saying Free Fire, the popular game, has in certain regions around the world anyway, it's popular, that it's copied PUBG and all this stuff, and they're filing a lawsuit. I did actually see a link to this specific lawsuit in a few articles I read. Here we go. We've got the actual lawsuit here. Yeah, claiming that Garena made rip-off versions of the game, and that Apple and Google have refused to stop selling these versions of the game. So that's a pretty big. I think PUBG Corp or Krafton, whatever you want to call them, have been no stranger to legal stuff in the past, right? Lawsuits. I think they tried to sue Epic over Fortnite, saying their Fortnite copied PUBG earlier, and I can't remember what the result of that was now, whether there was a settlement or something. But they're no stranger to this, and we can see here from this complaint. I'm not going to read this whole document here. This is over 100 pages long, but they're basically they're suing a bunch, right? Apple, Google, C Limited, Moco Studios Private, or Garena Online Private Limited, all this stuff, all these companies. Plaintiff seeks redress for defendants' rampant, willful copyright infringement under the United States Copyright Act 1976. Yeah, I'm just reading through this. Shortly after Krafton launched Battlegrounds in 2017, Garena started selling a game in Singapore that copied Krafton's game. Krafton's predecessor PUBG and Garena settled the Singapore-related claims, but the parties did not enter into a license agreement, nor did Krafton's predecessor PUBG authorise defendants to sell or distribute games infringing its copyrights in the United States. Right, okay, so they had a court case based around selling the Free Fire, whatever it is, in Singapore, and now they're saying it's also the case for the US and all this stuff as well. So yeah, Free Fire Battlegrounds, which is now called Free Fire. This goes on for a while. I think I saw a picture when I scrolled down earlier. It's comparing images, right, of the two games, and it shows how it's apparently copying. But I mean, you're gonna get clones, aren't you? I mean, yeah, it does look very similar. But war games, war games are going to look so. That is very very similar, isn't it? The plane there. Okay, parachuting. I mean, parachuting can be in loads of games. Guns. I mean, you're going to get similar guns in loads of games. Clothing, helmets. Imagine having to write a lawsuit. Oh God, it'd take ages, wouldn't it? I won't go through all this, but yeah, I thought it was interesting that PUBG, you've got a legal case going on there with a game that's in an esport, obviously. Twitch, hate raids. There was an open letter from Twitch's head of trust and safety that was published a couple of days ago from Angela Hessian, the VP of Global Trust and Safety at Twitch. Basically said, Twitch is evolving, we're on a journey. Looked at how they're trying to cut down, there we go, progress on hate raids. Hate raids are unacceptable. Bot attacks are rampant across the internet and don't have an easy fix. We'll likely never be able to eliminate them entirely, but several updates this year, including back-end site-wide tech and creator tools like phone-verified chat, have cut down on their numbers significantly. This year, we've proactively removed over 15 million bot accounts, and that number continues to grow. Now, I don't know, this year, this has been published in 2022. I'm assuming she means 2021, right? Here we go. Recap some of the safety updates of 2021. Okay, so yeah. Really, it should have said last year, right? In 2021, we've proactively removed over 15 million bot accounts, and that number continues to grow. Updated hateful conduct and harassment policy, implemented in January 2021. So that's pretty old, right? I don't know why she's talking about stuff that's a year old. I mean, they're trying to make themselves look good, aren't they, Twitch? I guess. Off-service conduct policy. An industry-first off-service conduct policy. Now, that happened around the time gross gore was banned. Here we go. April 7th. I think gross gore was banned. Let me just bring this up. Trying to find my correct thing here. 1 second. Here we go. So he was actually banned March last year. Wow, almost a year ago now. He was banned March last year. And then Twitch sort of did a policy after that, right, where they said you can be banned on Twitch for your conduct outside of the site. No matter regardless whether you've not done anything wrong on Twitch or broadcasting a stream, you can still get banned for your actions in real life or outside of Twitch. So, yeah, they've spoken about that. New education, accountability and feedback initiatives. Launching phone verified chat, we've mentioned. We'll continue to listen to and gather more of your feedback, roll out new policies and products, and share consistent updates around our progress, they said. So here's a peek of what's coming in 2022 from Twitch. Improvements to the user reporting and appeals process, updates to how creators can use the information from suspicious user detection, updates to our sexual content policy, updates about our safety advisory council, which are inspired by your feedback, and more and better educational content and programming on our safety centre, live streams and more. But then we've had this happen. Pokemon ends Twitch stream early after being targeted in hate raid. So, it's still going on, isn't it? She cut her broadcast short when a wave of hate views and harassment was sent her way. So, this stuff, Twitch have, how can they do it? I mean, the only way I can think of it is for an actual Twitch, not even mod, like a Twitch member of staff, to be policing individual popular streamers. I mean, but then you can say, Dom, why just do it with popular streamers? You can't just do it for popular streamers. You've got to do it for the smaller streamers as well, right? Stop hate raids on all streams. But I was just thinking off the top of my head, if someone was in Pokemon's chat at work for Twitch, but even then, how do they do it? How do they stop a hate raid? How do you instantly ban these, hundreds or thousands of trolls or people peddling hate Pokemon's way or other Twitch streamers' way? Like, what is the answer? So Twitch needs to do something. I mean, the answer isn't purge the Twitch chat, is it? Because then her actual followers and fans can't talk, can't chat, which is a big part of Twitch, having the chat and stuff like that. So I don't know what the answer is, but Twitch needs to do something, because their whole hack last year came about because the person who hacked them said they were a toxic cesspool and mentioned the hate raids and all that stuff. I don't know if they mentioned hate raids specifically, but they mentioned it's a breeding ground for whatever it was, hate, toxicity, racism and stuff like that, they said. I'm paraphrasing. Last couple of bits and pieces here. This is UK news. I could have mentioned this earlier. It's not core esports, but it's relevant. Digital Schoolhouse. This is an initiative from UKI, the UK video games trade body, pushing like education in schools, gaming related education, coding in schools, that kind of thing, techie stuff. They received 75,000 is that euros there in funding? Yeah, it looks like it's euros. I don't know why that's in euros. I thought that was in pounds, but they've put euros there. And they've received funding from Arts Council England to run a test program to provide its lesson plans to public libraries for the first time ever. So these are lesson plans, right? So this might not involve esports, but it's play-based learning, right? There we go, play-based learning approach. So it could involve esports. I'm not fully sure. But it reminds me of, when I worked at the British Esports Association, this was about 4 or 5 years ago, we did some esports things in libraries, which was really fun. We did it at Maida Vale Library, and I had a bunch of schools and children coming in for like after-school esports clubs, and that was really fun. We had them playing Rocket League and also casting and doing stuff like that. So libraries, who would have thought it? I mean, libraries, let's get esports in libraries, why not? Libraries are supposed to be sort of community hubs anyway, right? Beyond books, they have like little sessions for kids and fun activities for families and things like that. So why not? Why not indeed? Okay, so last few bits here. This was a big bit of Rainbow Six news that happened yesterday or 2 days ago, I think it was. Six Invitational 2022 has been moved to Sweden due to newly implemented COVID restrictions. That was going to be in Montreal, Canada, and is now taking place in Stockholm, Sweden. And again, I saw it all on my timeline the other day because, there's a lot of UK Rainbow Six Siege talent out there and so on. So yeah, that's going to be taking place in Sweden. I think that's this month, isn't it? The Invitational, or is it February? I always forget, but I know it's early this year. There we go. Yeah, 8th and 20th of February, yeah. Okay, so the dates are unaffected. Let's have a look at the thing from in light of renewed regulations and event restrictions in Quebec, Canada, hosting the Six Invitational there is no longer possible. So we're moving it to Sweden. Same dates, Feb 8th to 20th, in a LAN environment following strict sanitary measures. And there's going to still be a no live audience policy at the event. I did an article on that actually last year about players and community were a bit upset. UK personalities a bit upset that there's no live audience. bit of waffle here. Oh yeah, and also we're going to announce that for the 6th Invitational, we are opening opportunities for selected streamers and content creators to provide an extra viewing experience of the competition on their own channels for fans around the world to enjoy. So this co-streaming trend we're seeing with League of Legends and other esports, Ubisoft are doing this now for the 6th Invitational. I'm sure there'll be a bunch of UK streamers and content creators, I hope. Maybe I can do an article on that as we get confirmation as to who they might be. Yeah, and Ubisoft said we're currently... Okay, we've received requests from third parties to organise local live watch parties with sanitary protocols as well. Maybe we'll have a watch party in the UK. We're currently evaluating those requests on a case-by-case scenario while building the necessary terms and conditions for these new initiatives. Stay tuned, more coming in future weeks. So there's that. That's it from me, guys. That is it. Just an hour today. Just an hour on this stream. I say just an hour. It's still at least something, right? Excuse me. So yeah, that's it. Short stream this weekend. Haven't had as many viewers, sadly, but I think it's because I did a midweek stream and I've already spoken about the NLC. So there we go. And to be honest, quite a quiet news one as well. There hasn't been a ton of major news out there. So thank you for joining me, guys. He's done it again, Nightmare. I'm gonna change your name to Nightmare. Nightmare. He's had a nightmare. Sorry, I know I'm awful with puns, Nightmare. I'm absolutely awful. You know what I should do? You know what I should do with how Twitter works? I should put a tweet out, shouldn't I? I should put a tweet out earlier in the day and say, hey, I'm going to be back with my stream at 10 p.m. But I tell you what, Nightmare, I'm going to be doing this most weekends, 10 p.m. GMT. I know it's late. But yeah, I think this has become a bit of a routine now. So hopefully these weekly news streams I'll do 10 p.m.ish GMT on a Saturday. This week was an exception because NLC came back and I was excited and I wanted to chat about the NLC games Wednesday night. So this has been a shorter stream than usual this Saturday because I've had less news to talk about because I've done half of it on Wednesday. But I have chatted about LEC stuff today, so if you want to hear some of my views of the teams so far, you can always rewind the VOD. But yeah, in short, yes, I've been quite surprised Vitality haven't picked up a win, but then in a way maybe not, because they've played against two of the strongest teams in the LEC, right? In Mad Lions, in my opinion anyway, Mad Lions and Fnatic look like they've been pretty good. I know it was a weird game with Mad Lions today and SK. Wow, that was a weird game. But, yeah. That's your Halloween name, Nightmare. Okay. Nice. I'll keep that in mind. Reach said you had quality tonight, though. Thanks for the update. Oh, thank you, Reach. I appreciate that. I always do my best. I'm glad that the chat's been a little bit more quiet than usual this week. We haven't had some of our regulars in who are very vocal in the chat, but that's nice because I've had 4 or 5 views the whole way through. People haven't left so much, which has been nice. So I've been told by people in the past, I think Calvin at M&M or Calvin and Dan at M&M have said to me in the past, oh Dom, we've had your streams, your YouTube news stuff on the background, and it's just, relaxing to have on in the background on a second screen or whatever, which is, yeah, I like doing that. Maybe in an ideal world I'd do a stream every day, hopefully if I can get funding and grow the team and get someone who's a bit more younger and more hip than me to be chatting on the streams more regularly. I'd love to do that. Yeah, maybe I can do that in the future. But yeah, Nightmare, good luck with your move to Berlin. I'm looking forward to seeing your casting. I've learnt a lot actually from you, even when you were just in the chat the other day on the NLC talking about picks and things like that. I was learning about Diana and stuff because I am a low elo scrub. Yes, I get the basics of League and I can talk about. I know enough to write about it, and it's easy with the esports stuff because you're writing about the personalities and the players and stuff, and I don't need to have a diamond master knowledge. It helps, of course, but yeah, I do like to hear from the analysis from people like you. So I'm looking forward to hearing that on the streams. And thank you. Sleeping in a bare flat tonight. Everything's boxed up. Oh right, yes, I know how that feels. So I did this time last year. I moved house. Oh god. Just all I say is count your blessings, because when you move house, over Christmas, that's one thing. When you move house over Christmas with 3 kids, 2 were two. They've just turned 1, and 1 had just turned 4. This was a year ago. That was a challenge. I've still got boxes. I've got boxes here. 1, 2, 3, 4 that I haven't bothered unpacking in this office because I'm supposed to have this decorated. Finally, it's getting decorated. I found a decorator. I had complications last week with a painter, but it's finally getting decorated in the next couple of days. So I probably won't be doing a midweek stream this week because this room will be painting and drying and all that. So hopefully once it's all decorated, I can unbox some stuff. I've got Evelyn. I've got Vi out here, but I've got my Evelyn character box somewhere as well. I guess for you, you've got all your Ari stuff, right? I saw the box on Twitter, which looked pretty cool, actually. So good luck. Whenever I move house and it's bare, I always treat myself to a takeaway because I can't be bothered to cook. You might not have food, and you've got to do all that shopping and everything. Good luck as well in another country because it is an experience, isn't it? But I think that's it. Unless anyone had any questions for me, I'll stay on for another couple of minutes. If anyone had any questions, wants to ask me anything about LEC, NLC, Esports News UK, any other stuff happening, now's your time. And while I'm waiting, if anyone does want to ask me any questions, I had a new Pokemon. I thought I'd finished with this Pokemon cards, right? So I've had these over the years, right? Back when I was 14, whenever it was, 13, 14 at school. And I got most of the base set, right? Most of the original base set. So last year, I went out, I found a shop in London and I bought the last 7 or 8 cards I needed. They weren't that expensive, to be honest. I only needed a couple of shinies and a few normals. So I've got the base set. But then, however, there's also Fossil, right? There's Fossil, and sorry if I'm boring anyone here, but this is becoming a collecting thing for me. There's a Fossil set, and then there's a Jungle set as well. So I need probably another, 30 to 40 cards to get the whole lot. But I noticed I've got quite a few of the promo cards, the original promo cards here. This is 1, 2. Now these 3 at the bottom, and this one here are from the movie that came out whenever it was, 1999 or whatever. So I've had them since I was a kid, since I was a young teenager. And I got this one on eBay, and then I got this one as well, Ancient Mew, the other day on eBay. Again, cheap. They're not really super rare. They're not first editions, but I'm quite enjoying collecting this, and I think the next bit will be to get the jungle and the fossil stuff. But priorities, rent and all that, not rent, mortgage and all that stuff comes first, and I'm kind of scraping it. But you've got to where you can. I had an okay month over a Christmas, but tax is a killer this month. Being self-employed, oh god, it's been a big tax bill. But yeah, Shark Person said no questions, Dom, but around if you want to chat after your stream. If you want to chat, yeah, happy to. I'm going to enjoy my Sackos Snackos. Just in case Jess was in the stream tonight, I know she has been interested in. It always said Sackos Snackos as a silly thing, which has inspired the emotes I have in the chat. I don't know what this is. This is it's like a Mr. Kipling's pie thing, but it's a dairy-free one because my son has dairy allergies. But it's got like what do you call it in it? Not apple. The other one, like blackcurrant stuff, whatever it is. I don't know what it is. Berry something. I don't know. But yes, thank you everyone for tuning in. I appreciate it. Have a lovely weekend. Good luck in your NLC cast, Nymera. Thanks for tuning in again. Let's get you in. After I've done these MSI interviews, I reckon early to mid-Feb, let's get you on. Or maybe, I don't know when the spring split is over. Maybe we do it after the spring split so that I'm not interrupting into your time or something like that. We'll do a nice interview. Maybe get you on stream or something if you're up for it, and initialise. Because the whole brother thing, I think that it'd be cool to chat to you and then turn it into a nice article as well. So yeah, my bad on this taking so long, but I've had, it's tough. It is tough running a news site with a tiny team of volunteers and a trusty freelancer in Megalodontus. But there we go. Thank you everyone for watching. I don't think anyone else has any questions, so just a quick quiet stream tonight. I will be back same time next week, hopefully not 10 p.m. ish on Saturday, and I will see you then. Thanks. And let's raid someone as well. I'll see we've got four or five viewers. I'll see if we can raid anyone. But yeah, see you soon, everyone. Take care.
Down. Esports journalist extraordinaire. Thank you so much for the raid, man. Appreciate it. Oh, hit the thing. This thing. Ah, very nice, very nice. How you doing, Dom? How's life? Okay, so now that we've opened that door, I think we can. Yeah. Now we've got the path. Oh no! Wait a minute. Oh, what? Hold on a sec. Okay, now we open this one. No, that still doesn't work. I'm good, thanks. How are you? Had a quiet stream this evening, but I always like to raid where I can. Even I appreciate any raid is appreciated, and I'm glad you had a good evening. I'm glad that you're doing well. I'm doing very good, thanks. We're just playing some Genshin Impact. My crux at the moment. It's like the game that has just sucked all my attention up for many months now. Okay, I'm being really stupid. I don't know how to solve this puzzle. Hit the thing again. Oh my god, okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, now, I think if we hit the thing again... Okay, now we know how to open both the gates, surely. Yeah, that's fine. I think we've got it now. We are smart. Yes, we are. Hey, we got there in the end, though. I like watching it, but never got into it. When I tried playing it. Yeah, it is one of those ones. It's a little bit slow to start, but once you start, like, once you've got a few more characters and you can build different team comps, and then it starts becoming really fun. And then the story gets pretty cool too. Same goes for MMOs. Dude, when the League of Legends MMO comes out, oh my god, like, because I've never played an MMO before. Like, I've never played World of Warcraft, never played, like, FF14. But yes, oh, Dom, yes, my life will be over as well. Our lives can be over together. We can just team up. We'll have to make sure we get on the same server and just... I can't wait for that, dude. Like, I wish they would say something. I know they've acknowledged that it exists, because they've like one of the directors acknowledged it exists in a tweet. There's a League of Legends MMO. Not yet, but it has been. It apparently is in development, and it has been for a very long time. But they just haven't spoken about it yet, like publicly. It's not been revealed. I think it does have a code name though, like Project something. Maybe F? I don't know why I think Project F. Because Project L is the fighting game. And then, oh my god, all my characters are so low. What just happened? Just stopped paying attention.